sports. It's in the game.
AFC.
Alrighty, AFC. Starting out in the North, Cleveland Browns. He's tired of answering questions about Shedeur. Kevin Stefanski, 4.5 total. I think the lowest out of any Vegas total, 4.5.
4.5, huh?
Yeah.
4.5.
I'm gonna go alpha with Stefanski because I like what he's doing to Deshaun Watson because I don't know how hurt is Deshaun Watson actually still hurt. What do they do with it? You're on the pup list. We're not gonna bench you officially. We're just gonna let you heal, and I'm gonna bring in back Joe Flacco and a bunch of other guys so I can try to go win here and keep my job because you're gonna ruin me with your he's just gone mentally. Like, bro, you got to retire, man. After you can't handle everything that happened with you mentally and go back and play. You're out there thinking about it. You think of every pass. You're thinking all the tweets that are coming out every time you miss a pass. You're thinking you can tell he's out there just not being himself, because he used to be really good. And that massage shit, it fucked him up. Yeah. he can't lie about it. You can just tell by the way he plays. He just looks like shit now.
He looks inflamed too. Like I was like, man, he used to be a twig. Like when like a real thin, like kind of like soccer build to him. Like it was crazy. And now he's like, he just looks like really inflamed and like kind of big. Like it didn't even look like the same guy. I love Stefanski, man. I think he's good. I think he's handling the Shedeur thing perfectly, which it's not. People are always like, it's kind of weird about the Shedeur thing. It's like he's really not that exciting of a quarterback for anybody to have these kind of opinions about, which is kind of funny. Like you watch him play, it just looks like a guy who needs some work and maybe could become a solid backup, possible spot starter. Like that just looks like what he's going to be in the NFL. But everyone's like he should be out of football. He's not an NFL quarterback, which I don't agree. I think he is an NFL quarterback. Is he a starter? I don't know. But then you have like other people who they're not doing Shedeur any favors. The people who are like dusting off their like 2010s like football takes and stuff when football was kind of more political and stuff. Like, they're not doing Shedeur any favors because if they do get rid of Shedeur at some point, are you going to be the team that wants him when you have to worry about these guys who are not going to be fans of your team, by the way? They're just people that follow Shedeur. Like, it sucks. Like, but I think he's handling it really well. It's kind of funny because I actually think he might have a little something in Dylan Gabriel. I've watched a little Dylan Gabriel. He's playing really good for Stefanski in the preseason. Yeah. And that's lost in all of this. So there's people that like hate Dylan Gabriel because he's taking reps from Shedeur, even though neither of them are the starter. It's Joe Flacco.
It's the Flacco show.
Yeah, it's Joe Flacco who did ball out last night.
He balled out. Yeah,
with Cleveland. That was a fun year. But no, they got like I think they had a good draft. They have a good defense. When they're healthy, they have Mason Graham and Myles Garrett. That's going to be scary. Denzel Ward. That's weird. That win total's 4.5. Like somebody has to be that team, right? Sure it's gonna be Cleveland? I don't know.
I think it used to be the Saints, and then the Saints gained one, and the Browns lost. I think so too.
I think it's the Saints.
I'm such a
Shedeur. They would have fired him if he sucked, and they know he doesn't suck.
Yeah, but my thing is like, do you think? Because the owner drafted Shedeur, right? And because that room, you look at that draft room, they're like stony faced and they're pissed off that they draft. I don't know.
And they already drafted a quarterback. Like they literally
the quarterback they drafted has been that they wanted to draft has been in front of Shedeur all camp.
Third round pick too. That's top 100 pick. Like you clearly Dylan Gabriel, you have plans for. Shedeur felt like to me, Shedeur feels like a trade chip. Like, let's say there was no weird thing happening with the NFL. I think they got Shedeur to be like, let's see if we can get a team to give us, like, if he balls out in the preseason, let's see if we can get a team to give us a third round pick for him. And then somebody else takes him on wherever he is. And then we can build around. It might not even be Dylan Gabriel, but just these other guys. I think I've always liked what he did in the run game. Stefanski, I think it's a tough job. I mean, that job's tough. That Deshaun thing tanked them, man. I mean, it was really, really tough. So I'm always pulling for them, man. Another poverty franchise, kind of solidarity with them. I think they're going to be a 5-6 win team though. I think they'll grind it out, and I don't want to play that defense in cold weather if I'm trying to secure a playoff spot.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we got the Steelers 8.5. Mike Tomlin.
I mean, this one's easy.
Auto alpha.
Alpha.
Yeah. Sprint the card in.
Automatic.
Yeah.
Automatic, man.
So Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin. Who would have ever thought it?
So sick. Yeah.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers wanted to play for him. I think he was hoping Kevin O'Connell.
I bet.
Him up and then be like, we can go hang out together and be friends. Like, I don't want to fucking hang out with you.
Yeah, I gotta go watch some football.
Yeah.
I gotta go work some special teams here. I gotta watch film with the special teams coach.
I don't think 4-year-old man wanted to go play whipping flag wind games with Mike Tomlin, where you do not run that team at all.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers cannot do his Aaron Rodgers thing for the Steelers. That's why Mike Tomlin's alpha right there, because he can't do that.
Yeah, no, Alan Lazard.
Yeah, Alan Lazard. Yeah,
he's jobless right now, I think, isn't he? Probably.
That's one thing. That's another thing. They didn't sign Alan Lazard. That might be the most alpha thing, because you have to do it when you have Aaron Rodgers. It is in Aaron Rodgers. It's probably verbiage in the contract in most times, like, "Hey, Big Al." Which, to be honest, Alan Lazard's not even that bad. He gets touchdowns, he might as well do it. I feel like he probably should, but I love that they didn't. I think he's got Tomlin rules, man. Their defense is going to be awesome. That was another team. Everyone thought they were going to draft Shedeur. That was back when everybody thought Shedeur was probably going to be a top 60, top 90 pick or whatever. They draft Derek Harmon. I think he just got hurt, unfortunately, but that was a good pick. I thought they make these smart plays. They get DK Metcalf. Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf is going to be the thing where it's either going to be 15 touchdowns between the two of them or nothing. And I'm excited to see, because it is Arthur Smith still. What do you think of that?
It is, yeah.
I mean, Arthur Smith's okay. I mean,
he
didn't have a guy who could throw his little dig routes, so maybe Aaron Rodgers would do that for him. But Rodgers is just washed. Yeah, I made the joke when I was watching film that just the way he's acting with pressure. I'm like, see, you did too much spirituality. Now you feel too many energies around you, too close. And now you're jerking.
Yeah.
What's that? That's a retired move thing. Is spirituality. I'm sorry, this is a gladiator sport. You don't have time for that. I think we said that when he first went to the Jets on this. We were like, we did the hippie stuff. I'm sorry, you got to kind of be a blockhead kind of personality kind of guy, no personality guy.
And we're saying that as defenders of his, we fuck with that. We're like, let's go. But
I would advise him against that, because I'd be like, you clearly still want what you get out of football. Clearly still want that. He doesn't need money. What the hell does Aaron Rodgers need money for? He doesn't have kids. That dude, he's literally taking how many contracts to the head? I mean, he probably spends it on crazy shit for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Nicolas Cage, artifacts and shit. He probably does stuff he probably has a tusk, a random tusk in his house that's worth $200K. But he definitely does stuff like that. But you got it, dude. You got maybe Tomlin can just kind of turn him into a Chico frat bro again.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I'm most mad that Pickens got traded away. Can you imagine Pickens, Rodgers, and DK Metcalf on the same offer? That would have been so hilarious. That would have been endless fun, and both on the field and also sideline banter and fights and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think the thing truly about this team that stops me from thinking they're going to win this division is Rodgers being kind of washed. But again, they kind of didn't really have much before him, so it's not like there's this huge drop off. But I think to me, it's their run game. You want Arthur Smith. And then you have Jalen Warren and Caleb Johnson. So unless Caleb Johnson's incredible, which I'm not sure I see that year one out of him, but you never know. Jalen Warren did not look good in their offense last year. In my opinion, I just don't think he's that type of guy. So I'm like, what's the run game going to look like? I'm not a big Najee Harris guy, but I felt like you kind of should keep him
steady.
Yeah, he's big and just hits people. Good pass protection. I feel like they're going to run into some weird. Their offense has all these weird things that don't make sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they got Caleb Johnson, right? From
the Iowa. That's what I mean. He has to be great right away, I think. And I'm not so sure he will be. I don't know. He's not very fast. He's not a very fast running back. So we'll see.
The Steelers are annoying because they always find a way to win.
They do.
Games.
Yeah. It's like the uniform. You forget the guy's name. It's just a uniform, and the guy just plays good physical football, smart football.
I like how they're lined 8.5. It's literally whether Tomlin will have a winning or losing season again. It's literally
which you'd be an idiot if you didn't take it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be betting against the sky being blue tomorrow. It's
exactly
crazy. So next up.
All right. Speaking of betting, Bengals 9.5. Zach Taylor. I kind of want it. They always start slow.
9.5.
Yeah. I got a feeling they start hot this year for some reason. I think they're winning their first 3 or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But Zach Taylor, 9.5.
I'm going beta with Zach Taylor. I'm not a Zach Taylor fan. I think I think what happens with the Bengals to me is coaching, right? Because I think you have, even with the way that he handles Joe Burrow too. I don't think he's tough enough on Joe Burrow, in my opinion. I think he's like, Joe, it's your show, man. Yeah, Joe, whatever you say, man, whatever it goes. He's like, I don't know if you watched the quarterback show. I don't know if you watched that, Glenn.
Burrow. I did see all.
Yeah. When Burrow was yelling at the false start team, and Zach Kid would talk to him, he's like, "Hey, man, it's okay." He's like, "I want to win." He's like, "I know, man, I know you." Like, it's just like, who's the coach here? Is it Joe or you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's the coach for that team. I feel like Joe Burrow is the coach of the offense, right? And he's the offense. He's running everything. He's running the show. He's the guy, not you. You're just over there, doing press conferences and just smiling and going 9-8 with a great quarterback. So yeah, you can blame his defense or whatever, but I think what they do and their slow start offensively shouldn't be all on, we're not practicing or enough, or we're not getting ready. That means you're not schemed up right, or even that, you know what I mean? Like, you're just not have that team ready to go yourself, and that's not gonna make a difference. You play those guys playing preseason. Like, how's that gonna make a difference? In my opinion, I don't think it does. But we'll see. We'll see if they start hot. They could, but Joe Burrow is on another level. So him and Jamar Chase are crazy. Then T Higgins. Then I don't know if they brought back Gesicki, but
they did.
Yeah, they're loaded. They're loaded on offense with the terrible offensive line. So but Joe gets rid of the ball in 1.5 seconds. So.
Yeah, Chase Brown's also really good in that offense too. Like they're you know what though? It's just with Zach Taylor. I'll tell you right now, this is a dark horse, and you get great odds. First coach fired, Zach Taylor plus 900. Think about it. They start slow every year.
That is true.
Right after a while, now Mike Brown's cheap. You might want to pay another coach, but at the end of the day, like, you got to start seeing more results. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl a few years ago. He kind of is the only guy to. They're kind of the only team to really push the Chiefs around in the playoffs even once, really. And but you're gonna have to start seeing that. I think there's really big expectations, especially after last year. Which I think if they stay healthy, I think they're gonna be just fine. They just paid Trey Hendrickson today. I mean, he got to miss camp, so whatever. He's 30-something years old. They got him in there. I think the problem with it, one, that quarterback show, do not show me how you pick your outfits. I'll just say that much. No, bro. That should have been scratched from the record. Please do not put that on there. And if anybody's watched that, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was terrible. So like, he basically hires this, I'm assuming a gay guy, to like pick out his clothes for him, and like the clothes are just like Met Gala nonsense, which is like, you're in Cincinnati. Like,
where is he doing this at?
You gonna eat Skyline chili and get it all over that? Like, what the
You're in Ohio, bro.
Yeah.
You're in the Midwest.
You're from there. It's not like you're some Cali boy that came out to, or like some New Yorker that came to. Like, he's from Ohio.
Remember the Super Bowl outfit?
Yeah.
I saw it I saw it after the fact, but if I saw that, the first thing I thought, I was like, I would hammer the Bengals to lose the Super Bowl if I saw that outfit, like, going into the tunnel.
Yeah.
And I would have won. I would have won that bet.
Well, the Joe Burrow buzz for the Super Bowl is crazy. I remember that article talking about how he fits both cultures, black and white. He's the perfect like he's
the Taco Cat shirt that's a big thing in the black community.
Yeah. I love Reddit humor.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, irony and Reddit humor, definitely. Totally. I don't know. I mean, they'll find a way. They'll find a way to be pretty good. But Zach Taylor, I'll tell you, plus 900 for him to get fired. I don't hate that. By the way,
I'm surprised he wasn't fired last year. I thought he was getting fired.
That's what I'm saying. And if they start slow again, if they're 1-4, like, you think about doing it. By the way, they hired Lou Anarumo from Notre Dame as their defensive coordinator. All he does is blitz and play covers and play like cover zero. With their personnel, awful. So
I still say Gruden goes there, man.
I think that's a great point. I think if he doesn't go to the SEC, if he doesn't go to like Florida or something, if Billy Napier gets bought out or something, like, he might, that I could see that just be for proximity and stuff. But yeah, Cincinnati, I mean, because he would leap at that job, because that's a great team to go coach. There's a lot of stuff that's already there that you don't need. And so all right, next up
we got the Ravens. John Harbaugh, 11.5.
Another auto
offer. Yeah, this is the. I mean, the Steelers and Ravens. I mean, you have to be alpha to be the coaches for them at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So alpha. Just the team he builds. I mean, they have a great team, and this is the way they play, and they play the same way. One thing that kind of talks about how much alpha is how they never lose fumbles.
Yeah,
it's like a thing with them. That's why they always win these games, because
except in the playoffs against the Bills.
Very true. Very true.
I hate it. It bothers me because it happens. They do this all year, and then it like nothing goes their way, and it's like I want you to do it this year. Do it, But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the drop from Andrews at the end.
All that.
Yeah.
It's ugly. But with Harbaugh, I just think with everything, him being a special teams coach, him growing, and then building that whole culture that he has, man, I think it's pure alphaness with him, dude. There's nothing isn't really nothing you can really say about him at this point. I mean, he's been the coach for like 08. I mean, he's kind of like Tomlin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's Ravens, Steelers, the toughness. That's what Harbaugh is. And, he's supposed to, his brother's supposed to be the tougher one. But, I think Harbaugh has shown that he actually might be the better coach, is able to adapt more than Harbaugh.
John doesn't talk as much. He's just kind of I really hope that they can beat the Chiefs this year. I mean, it's all it is. I mean, with these coaches and these teams, there's so many analytics in football right now. It's like, dude, you got to beat the damn Chiefs. And last year it was the Bills. They should have won that Bills game. It killed me. I'm looking at their draft. They always do this every year. Malachi Starks falls to them, 27th overall. Mike Green, who had some off the field issues, but they're all going to go away on the Ravens. You're not going to hear it because that's what these coaches are. Like they can take the chance on these players. If the Raiders draft Mike Green, Law and Order episode tomorrow. But I'm just saying, but if the Ravens do it, he's like upstanding. He's handing out turkeys to everyone. He's amazing. Like, I love Mike Green. He's the best. And that's just what it is. They end up getting Emory Jones, Teddy Buchanan out of Cal. Amazing draft. Picking 27th overall. So anybody who thinks you need a tank to have good players, it's not true.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson was taken later in drafts. They never have a top pick. I think the closest they got was when they took Kyle Hamilton, right? Like it was like 13 or 14. He fell because he was too slow, and it's just like they do this every time. They get away like bandits.
Really not too much you could say, man.
I hate them. I root for them. I hate them because they're just so damn good. Next up.
Yeah. All right, can the Titans squeeze out 5.5 wins? Brian Callahan?
Ooh,
Callahan. I'm still going to go alpha with Callahan. I think, what he does on offense was really was missed from the Bengals a lot. And I think he had a better relationship, because I always thought it was funny because he didn't like Derek Carr because he couldn't cuss around him. So I think that's kind of very alpha in my opinion. Just like, he's like Derek Carr, like we couldn't cuss, man. I was like, what is this? You know what I mean? I think that's that type of thing with him. So I like what he's doing. I think Cam Ward has a personality that he likes, and I think even just moving on from Levis that quick. Some coaches, they kind of just want to stick with these guys, or let's take Abdul Carter or something like that. They're like, nah, we're going to take quarterback. We're going to move on from this guy. He's not working out for me, and he's making me look bad, and I could lose my job if I keep this guy. So, and I think that they're still playing tough, in my opinion. And I think he has some good players around Cam Ward that I think they might take a little bit of a jump. Like I think they're going to be like a surprise team where like they're not terrible, and I think they're in a division where they can. There's a lot of teams they could beat. I mean, they could beat the Jags, they could beat the Colts as well. So I think Ward is really good. I think he's had a really good preseason. I think Callahan just is able to handle Ward's personality too, because I think Ward has a little bit of a crazy personality. People don't talk about it enough, but he has a little bit of wild personality too. But it's not wild like party, but it's. No. He's a little bit of a crazy dude. So, but with that type of player and that type of determination, and if Callahan, mix it up, I think he can, just because he was able to handle Joe Burrow, and I think Joe Burrow kind of misses him and that guidance too a little bit. And you kind of saw what I was talking about on the sidelines when he's yelling at the offensive lineman, and here comes Zach Taylor. He can't really comfort him. He probably used to have Callahan do that, and I think that's where Callahan comes in as alpha, in my opinion.
I agree 100%. I think he's an alpha. I think they're in good shape. I think this year is going to, it's probably better if they do. I don't think he's going to get fired. I think year one of this quarterback, think you're going to want to keep some continuity on the coaching staff. But I think if they did have one more losing season, like, it wouldn't be the worst thing. I think they, you can go get a number one wide receiver. And what if you're the top pick and you don't want Arch Manning, right? And then you get a king's ransom, or you trade Cam Ward. I mean, like, they could be in a really weird scenario where, because Cam Ward's one of the least talked about number one picks, and everyone talks about it's because people don't believe in Cam Ward, and I wasn't the biggest fan of him, but he didn't play in the college football playoff, so people didn't get to see him there. He's came up from Incarnate Word and then went to Washington State and then Miami, and he kept going up. I think he's going to sling the ball around. I think they're going to be fun. I think they're definitely not going to be. I think last year they were probably one of the least fun teams to watch last year, just with Levis and nothing else going on. We'll see. I think it's a good place for Ward to go to, because it's just not really that much pressure on you in Tennessee. They care more about the Volunteers, and you could, conversely, if you're really good, people will start liking the Titans. Remember the Titans. They might remember the Titans again. And I think they're about a year or two away, but I think they're on the right path, especially if they get like the number one overall pick again and then trade it for like King's ransom and just get one of those Herschel Walker Dallas deals and just like offensive line, defensive line, wide receiver, and just build it. I like Callahan.
Yeah, I like Callahan too.
All right. We got Indianapolis Colts. 7.5. Shane Steichen. This is an interesting one for me. Yeah,
toughest team to gauge.
Yeah, I'm going beta on this one. I'm going beta with Steichen.
Interesting.
One, because I think this having control of a football team is a big thing for me, and I think he doesn't have a lot of control with that football team. I think he's a great scheme guy. He's a great play caller, and yeah, they're steady and like they win a lot of games. But I think they're more talented than people give them credit for. I think they have a really good offensive line, right? They got Jonathan Taylor. I thought he has some good wide receivers. He has Downs. Pierce is good. There's a lot of good players over there. I think on defense, the defensive line is pretty good. They got some good young corners over there. They got the dude from Kansas State I really liked.
Yes.
He plays pretty well. So I think overall, I think that team is like a 7-10 team every year because that's how they're built. And I don't think he's elevating them at this point, right? And I know he doesn't have a quarterback, right? And I know they were trying to work it out with Anthony Richardson, and that's not working. But I think if you feel like that you're gonna get fired, I think going with Daniel Jones is just kind of beta in my opinion. I think I would go big, or they're the type of team like you're trying to go save your job if that's how you feel, and you feel like Anthony Richardson can't do it. I just don't like that. So I just don't like how he's handling things over there. I think they kind of could take another step and do something different, but. Yeah, you can say he doesn't have a quarterback, but I just don't like it. I don't even like it happening where your quarterback even thinks he can quit.
It's fair. That's fair.
That is true. Because would you even try that under Mike Tomlin, the coach? I'm tired. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Just the idea. Shane Steichen might have said, "Yeah, sure, fine, have an orange slice."
I mean, hey, Joe, go do some stats for us, man, real quick.
Yeah, that's interesting because a lot gets put on Richardson for that, but just the idea that you'd even try that. It shows that it's possible, right? Shane Steichen plus 700. He's the third highest odds of first coach fired. I don't think those are bad at all. How about this? I know we've talked about it a lot. I could see the Colts outperforming this record. I don't know what to think of them. It's weird. I've had the last 5 years of Colts football, and this is another reason why I'll go beta for Shane Steichen, is the last, how long he's been there, 3 years or whatever. I feel like the Colts just look like a nothing team. Like just nothing. Like they have good players that you're like, oh, he's going there, and then you look and it just looks like aesthetically just nothing. Like the stadium, Syracuse, and it's just like boring indoor football. And it's like, how do you play boring indoor football? Like, come on. So I will say it'd be funny if they got if nobody's talking about this one, but if it's as bad as most people think it's going to be with Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson, what if the Colts get the number one overall pick and Manning plays where his uncle played?
Oh, then he's definitely coming out the Colts. Get it?
That shit would be sick.
Yeah,
it's a good team to go to. Tyler Warren, who I think is a stud. Josh Downs, Michael Pittman. You come in right away. You come in right away. That's a good team. But I could see them being really bad this year. This Colts.
Yeah.
The division,
I don't know.
I know you're a Colts guy though.
I'm different. I don't think. Man, I mean, just from a purely play caller perspective, I don't think Anthony Richardson is not on Steichen's level, and I think he's like
I agree.
I think Daniel Jones could maybe cook this year. Maybe cook. I don't know.
I hope so. I love Danny.
I might be crazy, but I think they might hit that over on this one. I don't know. Yeah. All right, we got here we go.
8 wins, you're saying?
8 wins. Yeah.
Okay.
In this division, All right,
Yeah.
so I will wake up from like a nap and hear Duval in my head, man. I swear this that soundbite haunts me. Liam Cohen, Jacksonville Jaguars, 7.5 again. Yeah.
7.5. See, this is an interesting team.
Yeah,
because I'm going beta here just because he's a goober. I can tell you. he's one of those coordinators that he could call plays and like joke around with his quarterback, but when it's time to get serious, you know what I mean? Like this is head coach, man. This is not, he's definitely a big goober. You can just tell all of it. Just even doing that saying, bro. Like, come on, dog. You that's not you, bro.
Incredible
out there.
Incredible.
Just be normal. But yeah, he wanted to be goofy. And he just has a goofy vibe. He's just a goober, man. I don't know how would I take him serious as a coach? I don't know. We could do the sandwich test. Do you think his wife makes him a sandwich when you ask? I don't know. No. I think she says do it yourself.
Liam, you know where the cold cuts are at. I'm not a maid.
Exactly.
Makes him do it himself and then gets mad at him for putting the salami in the wrong fucking drawer in the fridge.
The knife out. Are you having another sandwich or is this knife? This knife need to go into the Hold that, but Liam Cohen. That's weird, man. Because I liked his offense with the Bucs, so I think they have a good personnel for him.
Yeah,
they are missing like that tough element that I think the Bucs had that the Jaguars don't, like in the trenches. I think on the defensive line they have some of that, but on the offensive line, I'm not so sure they have it. In fact, I'd say they don't. But again, Trevor Lawrence, it's like when are you going to be Trevor Lawrence? People forget, man. Generational. That was the word that was put on him. It was not just number 1 pick. It was generational. Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, like you were thinking about it. And I there was one hater guy that got like dogpiled on Twitter when Trevor Lawrence came out because he said, "Hey, I got word that Trevor Lawrence just really doesn't love football the way people think he does." And I'm like, yeah, that kind of checks out. When you watch
probably
6'6" with a rocket arm, mobile and everything, and it's just not good enough. So if Cohen can fix that, I mean, it's a good job to take, I think, because there's not a lot of pressure on you out there, not national media at least, and they go get Travis Hunter, which we'll see how that works. I mean, you get 2 chances to make it work because he plays 2 positions. So people talk about playing both sides. No, if he sucks at one, you will have the opportunity to put him somewhere else. And actually, he already knows what he's doing. And I think their running back room, it will work well with Liam Cohen because he did really well with that Rashad White kind of Bucky Irving thing. And I think they have Travis Etienne, who I think he can bring Travis Etienne back to life. I'm ready for that. I just think I think he can come back under Liam Cohen. So I don't know. That 7.5 is weird. I'll go under on it though, because it's just like it's the Jaguars. Just bet under.
I'm going under on that too.
Yeah, I'll go under.
Just because I think with Lawrence too. I think Lawrence. Yeah. He is a good quarterback, but I don't see him being great. Like that's the thing. Like there's too many things that he does. Like he fumbles too much. All you gotta do is just tap him, and the ball's out.
Starting to get hurt a lot too.
Yeah.
Starting to get hurt a lot. He got hurt. It was kind of a cheap shot the guy took on him last year and knocked his ass, turned his lights out last year. I remember that was crazy. But still, I mean, nonetheless, he's big as hell. He's kind of got a little Justin Herbert to me too. Like it's like where it's just like, why aren't you like? You need that Josh Allen element to you of like not giving a fuck and just kind of like like smash 2 beers on your head and go run around, and like make a play. Like you're in Jacksonville, no one expects anything out of you. Go play fun. Yeah. So Liam Cohen does that, then I think they could win the division. I mean, but they're not going to because I don't think it's going to happen.
No, definitely not.
Next up,
we got Houston Texans at 9.5. D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah, easy alpha. Easy alpha to me. I think firing the offensive coordinator was a big step. You know what I mean? I think that he wasn't getting along with CJ, and you could have made the sense where like, okay, he's still pretty decent. We're still doing pretty well on the offense, kind of, but you have to make that decision. And just D'Amico, just his demeanor, how he runs things over there, and just fixing the Texans really quickly. I mean, they went over there. I know he had CJ Stroud, and I understand that. I get that you got a quarterback, he helps, but just on the defenses, I think it's about to be
one of the best
in football. Will Anderson, on film. At the end of the year last year, because he was a rookie. Was he second year player last year, right?
Second year last year, yeah.
At the end of the year in the playoffs, man, watching him. I was watching, Chiefs, watching Mahomes, just studying for the summer, and man, I started watching him. I was like, bro, yeah, he is ridiculous, right? And you got Stingley outside, you got Petrie, right? I think they got some good linebackers too. They got some good players inside too. Daniel Hunter's on the other side.
Daniel Hunter,
Daniel Hunter, they're a nasty team, bro. And and I really feel like that he is that leader, and they all love playing for him, and they play really hard. So easy Alpha for me. But yeah, I think that defense is about to be ridiculous this year.
I'm inclined to agree, and I think what's funny. I love how Alpha is because he's still such a defensive guy. Like, okay, you get CJ Stroud, right, and then you're like, because I think last year one thing we should have dinged him on is he did hire an offensive coordinator from PFF.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
cool. That's not Alpha when you're a defensive guy. Do not do that ever again. He learned. This other guy is this youngster from McVay's coaching tree. So if they're able to get CJ Stroud cooking like in a McVay style offense, that could be scary. And I like what they did in the draft. Trading Tunsil, though, is interesting. I know there's some things. I think it was a little bit of off the field stuff. I don't think it was necessarily. I think Tunsil had the gas mask bong on draft night. I mean, like, who am I to judge on that? But
me either. Right?
If I was getting drafted, I would do my best to make sure that video doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's just all I'm saying. Didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying, like it shows like a lack. Perhaps he was not fitting in culture wise in there. They should run away with this division. Like truly, they should just beat.
Yeah, they should.
Everybody like it's. They should. And like you said, I think their defense is going to eat people up. Like this is it reminds me of when they had Watt and Clowney and like just those like really good Brian Cushing, all those like really good defenses they used to have. I'm excited for him. So Alpha, absolutely.
Yeah, because CJ Stroud didn't look like he had a good year, but I thought he looked better on film from the year too. So he still looked like a great quarterback. He's just everything around him, kind of everybody was hurt. So if they stay healthy on offense, yeah, he's going to cook too.
They took Jaden Higgins too. I think he's going to be good there.
Did Higgins and no?
Yeah, so that's pretty good with Nico Collins. Nico Collins gets hurt a lot, so you are going to need other guys. So
yeah.
All right.
Two more divisions. AFC East. Moving on to New York Jets 5.5. Aaron Glenn. Interesting one.
Aaron Glenn Rockney.
Yeah. I mean, Glenn's a beta for sure. I think he's a beta. Alpha. Yeah, I was wrong. I meant to go Alpha. That's what I was thinking. Like Alpha for sure because he's a crazy man. They're gonna play some crazy defense too. He's a blitzing cover zero guy, psycho. Yeah. It was a tough corner too. I remember just playing corner, man. He was a hard hitting corner as well. It wasn't just a Deion Sanders type of cover dude. I mean, he's on those Jets teams. He was tough playing defense when you play with Herm Edwards and stuff like that. So I just know he has that crazy alpha personality. Just even how he just kind of tried to boss Aaron Rodgers out of the room a little bit. It was very alpha too. So yeah, he's a big alpha for me. It's pretty easy, but I wonder how he's going to be as a head coach because his alphaness is just it's very old school. And these kids aren't as I would say, tough as they used to be. And his toughness is very fit Dan Campbell, right? Where Dan Campbell's the coach. Yeah. And then the coach puts that, onto the team because Dan Campbell's really the leader. So now he has to become a leader with that toughness. So that's going to be an interesting part of it. Like, is that going to lead up to wins, him being tough? And he's in New York, which is always tough.
That's the one thing. And I think it's funny. I hope they give him more than a year because I don't think they're going to be good this year. Though they have good offensive line. They're going to be able to run the ball. Justin Fields thing. They're just going to run into a Justin Fields problem, unfortunately. Yeah. Like I root for the guy. I want him to be good. I think they're going to run into that problem. I think they fully are aware that that's going to be a problem too. And then, but then their defense is good. I mean, they are good. And Aaron Glenn, I think, did a heck of a job with his defense in Detroit for sure. Before they got the talent, it felt like they were really balling out. I think the funniest part about this, not to get political here, but I think Aaron Glenn is a black conservative coach. Like literally, I think he's like a Republican. Like I'm pretty sure he is. He brought Bibles out like the first day of like
like he definitely looks like the black people's problem is working hard. Yeah, he definitely
like Hodge twins. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I think that's in New York. I think that's hilarious because everyone's you be progressive New York, right? They're gonna be like, we think of Zoran Mandami, Aaron Glenn. I want to hear a comment. And so it'll be think funny. And so like he watched the banking video, like so
135.
I think Aaron Glenn's gonna be real. I think that people don't know that yet about him. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna come out. I think like watch the Jets start like 2-1 randomly, and like they start New York hyping him up, and then there's some comments made by Aaron Glenn maybe, and I'm just really ready for this. And to take that to New York, like where you're just reading the Bible and all of this stuff, and I just have a feeling that's what Aaron Glenn is. Just calling it right now. I don't know this. Somebody could maybe fact check me on it, but I have a feeling that he's secretly a conservative Republican man.
I don't know. I feel like Jets fans are conservative, though. I feel like that's the conservative.
Maybe. I just mean with the national media. I just mean with like the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Staten Island guys. You can be like, I like him. Yeah. Mets, Jets guys. Like, yeah, absolutely. He's gonna be great. I actually think it was a really good hire. I hope they give him time. That's the problem. I hope. Yeah. Time because he's gonna need about a couple of years, and they're a team too. It's a big quarterback draft class this year. I think they'll be a good team to go to. You got Garrett Wilson. You got their offense. They took Membu, who I really liked, and they've been Fashanu. They have Fashanu and Membu in like rookie contracts, and those guys are studs. So I think they're good. I think the Jets are just about a year away of being a very, very competitive.
Yeah, I think they're like a 7-win team because he's still got Sauce Gardner, he's still got Quentin Williams, and he's still got that defensive line.
And this division, I don't think this division's that good. So
yes, it's the Bills and and everybody else.
The Dolphins. We'll get to these guys, but absolutely. So
yeah.
Well, let's move on to the Patriots. 8.5.
He's back too. We got to
Yeah. Vrabel's alpha because he started off the training camp with that comment on that one dude asking that stupid question. Like that is he is Vrabel's great. I love Mike. Man, he's hilarious, man. And anybody who could talk shit to Tom Brady. He was the only guy. He's the only guy on the Patriots defense that would talk shit to Tom Brady constantly, right? And all the stories they had, especially when you watch that Brady documentary. Vrabel was on there and just told all the stories about them talking shit to each other. Anybody who could do that shit with Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is, he when he walks the room, people get scared for the most part. And even though he looks like he looks like Joe Burrow, right? He dresses like Joe Burrow, but it's just like it's different, I guess. I don't know. He's taller or something. I don't know. But I don't know. But Vrabel just has that mentality because the Titans. When you think about it, man, those teams weren't good, right? Those teams weren't that good either.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, I don't know. But I can't wait I think him and Josh McDaniels have a fight. If I'm picking fights, I'm going week 10. Josh McDaniels, Mike Vrabel argument, over what happened, something stupid they did on offense, like some old Patriots thing where like they don't do tosses when they're up, right? And him and Vrabel's like, I'm not fucking Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Yeah.
It'll be Vest versus Pfizer, dude. Vest versus
flea flicker. That fucking fourth down flea flicker. Vrabel's gonna throw something at him. Like revoke his like badge privileges. Like I hate you. Like
yeah, man.
I decided to go for it because I believe in you, and you do some gimmicky nonsense like this. And I agree. He's great. I mean, the Raiders' opponent week 1. I think that is sneakily a very good game week 1.
Yeah.
I think Drake May's a good quarterback. I think he will be a good quarterback.
I think so too.
I don't know about their offense right now. I think their offense is still a year or two away. Their defense, I think, is going to be good right away. So Christian Gonzalez, guys like that, I think Barmore, they have a good defense, and Vrabel's going to just get a lot out of those guys.
He stole that linebacker from us too, man. I saw some film of him against the Dolphins.
I know, that's right. I completely forgot about him. But
he's pretty good on film, man.
I know. So you get these, he's going to get a bunch of good players playing hard on defense. I think I think their offense is still about a year away. I think they need one more kind of. I don't not buying the Stephon Diggs resurgence at all. I think I'm kind of done with Stephon Diggs. I just don't think it's going to work with the Patriots. I don't know. And he's already hurt, I think, or he's coming back from an injury. I don't know if that's going to work. They need to get some receivers, but Vrabel's going to have them. I mean, nobody wants it, right? But Vrabel could have them at the top of that division again. In a couple years, I think.
We found out why Diggs isn't the Bills anymore because he's doing pink cocaine on a boat with bitches.
I don't really like when guys like get famous and then they date like Cardi B.
Yeah,
it's just like that's what you settled on.
Yeah,
I'm not. No,
he definitely DM'd her, Glenn. That's the DM.
I mean, let's be real, dude. Like you could go anywhere and get anything that's not a big persona like that.
Yeah.
Like, and probably do better. And then
that's beta. That's beta.
I don't like it. I don't like that. And that's an NBA player move. NBA players love doing shit.
That's like NBA.
Like,
it's true.
Mills, it is. Ryan Williamson kind of thing. We're like, what are you doing? Like just so Stephon Diggs was done. I was done there. Like, I was just like you, dude. You're a good player, whatever. But I was just like, Cardi B. I don't even think they're together anymore. It's just like old news, probably. But it's just like. The the coke thing was weird. Dude. I was like, wait, what is that though? If it's not that, like, what are you guys doing? Like, was that like lemonade, like powder? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah. Anyways, next up.
All right, Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel 7.5.
Beta Michael McDaniel. Mike McDaniel's beta. I tried to stick up for him before, but just everything's going, and Tyreek Hill winning out of there, and those guys starting to lose it. I think once the mystique of the offense just being terrific went away, he wasn't able to handle those things. And I think what happened with him at Fangio, I think that was kind of very beta. Getting rid of Fangio was very beta move. Sure. So I think they had a pretty damn good defense the year before, and I think the defense really liked him, and he kind of just let that go. Fangio's gone. Goes to the Eagles, they beat down on the Chiefs, right? And Fangio's always been really good. So him not able to have that relationship with Vic Fangio, who is an alpha, definitely. If we're doing the sandwich list, Vic Fangio's wife definitely makes him sandwiches when he wants.
For sure.
I don't know about Mike McDaniel. I think Mike McDaniel is not that type of guy.
Yeah, she puts in a little fanny pack for him, like what I mean? Fangio's back. He's got a little tune-on ride. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So.
I really want the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins uniforms a lot. So I think they're a really cool uniform team, but I just hate every year they come out hot because it's hot. Literally it's hot outside. They come out hot. Nobody wants to chase around these little guys all in the field all the time. And then they run into the same damn problem every year and act like it's the first time it's ever happened. They're like, our guys get injured, or, it's cold weather and we don't have any short yardage plan whatsoever. Like, nobody falls for my stupid RPO with the tight end leaking out in the flat that works in NCAA 26, but not in real life. And like, and then he does that. The thing that's pissing me off now is him and Shanahan do the same thing, is when like they're having like a rough offseason. This is when like Tyreek Hill was doing all sorts of crazy stuff this offseason. Nothing seemed to be going right. They were getting rid of Jalen Ramsey, and they asked him, and he's just like, well, I don't even know if I'll be like alive tomorrow. So like, who even get over your angst, your little hot topic angst. That's not do that in the NFL. I'm sorry. It's not funny. It wasn't funny when Shanahan did it. It's not funny when you do it. You're a football coach. Okay, would Mike Vrabel ever say some shit like that? Like, dude, go put on some My Chemical Romance or whatever, and just
man.
He is the odds-on favorite for first coach fired. Probably, I can see it. I mean, it's for a reason. Their team, I don't think they're going to be good at all this year.
You don't think so? See, I think they're going to be good on offense. I think they're going to be really good on offense, just because I think he still is a good offensive play caller. I think he's a good run game guy too. I think he is a good play caller. Yeah. I just think that he's starting to lose that locker room because they brought in those crazy personalities. You're in Miami too, which it's hard to win in Miami for the same reason that because it's Miami. And if you go back to the Richie Incognito text messages, like those dudes were out like every night.
Yeah,
in the section. That was the craziest thing. It wasn't even what the shit they were doing and what they were saying to Jonathan Martha. It was that they were out every fucking night at the strip club.
Or 10 a.m. the text message is saying, you're like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, bro. Like, what the hell? So that's a Miami team, because you're out in Miami and there's women everywhere, parties, And if you can't control those personalities, man, and those guys are out and they come to the game hungover, that's on you, bro. You have to be super alpha in Miami, right? You have to be like Brian Flores, kind of.
Richie's killing it in Arizona right now. You just know Richie's killing it in Arizona.
I know, bro.
That's hitting the bar with Richie in Arizona is probably crazy right now.
Yeah. My brother said he's like the nicest guy in the world too.
I bet it's one of those things where you can see deep back behind the eye, like, all right, like I'm gonna get out while I'm ahead with him. You know, I don't want to like party all night with him because it might end bad. But like for like a at the bar, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I'm a guard. Yeah, so yeah, hand technique, man. Yeah, absolutely. And then all of a sudden, like 3 a.m, he's like, "Fuck you, dude. I hate you." Yeah, yeah.
Exactly, bro.
And you're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die." Like it's crazy. But okay. Yeah, that Miami did have a good draft though. I was looking at their draft. They got Kenneth Grant. I forgot they got Kenneth Grant. They needed somebody like that for sure. So
they just can't beat the Bills.
They can't beat the Bills.
Quinn Ewers. Let's go.
Quinsanity.
Quinn Ewers. Yes.
I'm ready for Quinn. Well, guess what though? There's never been a better place to be drafted to when your freaking starting quarterback has like the scariest concussions every single year.
I know, man.
Do things that other people's hands don't do. It's like, dude, yeah, if I'm a 6th round pick in Miami, you're gonna play.
Exactly.
Quinn what if Quinn Ewers lights it up for Mike McDonald?
That'd be hilarious.
Sick. If he saves his job, it'd be kind of sick. That'd be
hilarious.
Brock Purdy. He gets his Brock Purdy. That'd be fun. Next up.
All right. Oh, here we go. Sean McDermott from the Bills. 11.5. Highest.
I hate him now.
I'm gonna go beta here just because I think we're just seeing a lot of with him as leadership with the Bills not winning when they should win. I think you have Josh Allen. That window's gonna close soon. It's closing very slowly. They're not even building around Josh Allen really anymore on offense. I don't know who. When you watch Josh Allen on film last year, like there's nobody open. So I'm watching like. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? Are you guys going to get him a wide receiver, man? You just can't get rid of Diggs and be like, all right, Josh, you got it. And then we're going to suck on defense still too. All right. Like that's not going to work, bro. You can't waste his quarterback. And I think the Bills need a new head coach. I'm surprised they didn't fire him after last year. Like that's one of those things where you get fired when you're winning is when you just can't get over the hump. You got to fire the guy. I'm sorry. Like you just can't keep him around just because he's winning. Right. No, you're winning. Sure. Yeah. If we're Raiders fans, right. And we get Sean McDermott, we start winning. We hit some, AFC championships. Yeah, the first 3 years, but they're like 5-6 years in now, right? I mean, like I was like, Sean, you can't beat Andy Reid, 13 seconds. You know what I mean? Like you can't forget that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like that is
shout out. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, yeah. That's why it's just
that's a good. I got you aside.
Yeah, you ruined Josh Allen's career very potentially, man. It's crazy, dude. It's like. It's horrible. I mean, what is he? Defensive coach, quote unquote. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
We do get to talk about the Chiefs Masonic Dungeon later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suspected as much. But McDermott, dude. McDermott is we have a friend. His name is the 13 Seconds Truther. Literally the first time I called him alpha because I'm like, well, he saved the Bills. They're good. And he's like, absolutely not. You're out of your mind. This guy sucks. And for anybody who doesn't know 13 seconds, that's how much time was left when Tyreek Hill took that one to the house in the playoff game. So he calls himself a 13 Seconds Truther on that one. That was still that game did break them. And there are certain games that break coaches, I think.
Yeah.
Like when that happens, when you because Gabriel Davis, it broke Gabriel Davis. Where's Gabriel Davis right now? Like, it's just like all these guys. Like Gabriel Davis had 3 touchdowns in that game. It was the year. It was the year.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you get that close and it doesn't work, you can't just keep it together. I think eventually, like Joe Brady's going to coach that team. Like I think after a while,
maybe.
He seems like a guy that, there's a young offensive mind. It's like probably the direction that you go after you fire the kind of the guy's literally vanilla. Like it's freaking like pasty as hell. Just Elmer's glue and just dry as you know what. Now you could still be a good coach that way, but dude, never put him on Hard Knocks ever again. Like, my gosh. Like just
that was the most boring Hard Knocks ever, man. I was bored as hell.
Now
boring
it's what is it like? Now it'll be at least we get to see Shiloh Sanders punch somebody like or something like that's what we're gonna get because that was against the Bills. Like that's all we get. This is awful. So for tanking Hard Knocks. I mean, it hasn't been good in a while for being real, but it's been this is the nail in the coffin. So Sean McDermott, I mean, they're gonna win the division. They're gonna be in the playoffs, and I don't know. They're like. I just don't get excited about them anymore, and I love Josh Allen. So
it's just I mean, they got Josh. They're I would take that over, but
of course, and that's the thing. It's never that. That's never the problem. Is how many games they're going to win, and that's probably why. It's just why they don't fire him. Like honestly, he always he's Teflon Sean, man. And next up,
before we get the next one, I just want to say Al Davis would have fired him after that 13 seconds.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt.
Yes. After the 13 seconds, he would have been gone.
He would have
gone. I would have. Yeah. No.
DeMar Hamlin fake punt. Just got to.
DeMar Hamlin fake punt was nuts.
It was egregious.
I forgot about that already.
Yes. Their own. Yeah.
Fake punt. Fake punt is the most fake alpha thing, by the way.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Fake punt. If you do it, you do it. But like. Guys love to like do it, and then you can never. Well, I wanted to give my team a spark. It was dumb. Was dumb. Your punter sucks at throwing the ball. Like, I like the direct snaps more. Like,
direct snap.
Yeah. We got the Chargers, AFC West, Jim Harbaugh, 9.5 win total. Oh. I mean, that's a tasty under right there. That's a
I low-key want to take that under. Just because of Greg Roman. And I think Roman, that offense is going to regress. Sure. Just because every time Roman is somewhere, it still regresses eventually. And he didn't have that hot start like he usually does because he didn't have he didn't have a running quarterback to kind of take away from what they like to do. And Herbert, has to play in that kind of crappy passing offense, and he has to really just depend and pray that McConkey's going to get open. But Harbaugh's alpha. I mean, it's 100% clear. I mean, Harbaugh's a crazy man. Definitely is a leadership type of dude. I mean, that's why they went to Michigan, they won. That's why he's doing the cheating. You know what I mean? That's why the sign stealing. You know what I mean? That was a funny documentary. I don't know if you watched that documentary.
I haven't watched that. No, it's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty
Stallions.
Funny. Yeah, and the dude, it was like he was hired to do that. Like the way that, because he's like from the Marines, he's like a Marines officer type of thing. He's literally hired to cheat.
He did a regime change probably at some point.
You know what I mean? You're like, he was a super technical Marine dude. He never played football, and he got hired on a coaching staff. Yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, wow. He was there to cheat.
I will watch that
and to sneak around, but Harbaugh's alpha as hell, man. Even just the way he plays football. I mean, even I don't think you can win all the time like that now. I mean, the defense improved immediately because I still think he's more of a defensive guy. He played offense, but he played offense he played quarterback like a linebacker. And, if you remember how he played quarterback, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't like he was throwing these dimes or anything like that. He's just tough and would run for a first down, run somebody over, get a first down. They called Captain Comeback that one year.
Yeah.
But he's just a tough guy, and it goes over to the defense more. Khalil Mack looked like a totally new player, right? Mm-hmm. And he looked kind of back to himself last year, and those type of things. That's what he does. He's more of a defensive guy than offense. And then he's trying to make Herbert tough, and I really don't think you could do that.
No,
too much. And I think Herbert is just, if Herbert was tough, I mean the NFL would be in trouble. That's what I would say, because you can't sack him. He's so huge. But if he was super tough, like if him and Baker Mayfield switch personalities, the NFL would be in trouble if he was like that. But but Herbert is just kind of like he's a goober too. You know what I mean? So
Baker and Harbaugh would be. I hope it doesn't happen, but that would be crazy.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. But I'm taking the under on that. I think the Chargers are going to regress.
Also, I'm not buying that he can unlock Herbert. Like the whole
But
yeah.
Let me take you back in time to his 49ers days. He had a conservative quarterback that could move around a little bit. Top pick in the draft, Alex Smith. Playoff team with him. Couldn't get over the hump. He had a dual threat quarterback behind him that really won the team over. What if it's Trey Lance? What if Trey Lance?
Yes.
Like, wouldn't that be the shock of the season, right? Is if, let's say, Justin Herbert gets hurt or something, you know, something. I'm not wishing anything on anybody. Would hate it if the Chargers had a bad season. Would hate it. Wouldn't be able to sleep.
We all said that.
Let's just say, you know, something like that happens, and then Trey Lance comes in and wins like 6 games or something with a crazy just running offense, Greg Roman and all of that, or Uiagalelei, dude. Like, people forget about that guy should have been selling cars after Florida State. All of a sudden, he's throwing frozen ropes in preseason.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's weird. I don't think Harbaugh actually likes Herbert that much. Like, I think he does, but I think he's like, he tried to mold the Play-Doh and the Play-Doh just didn't give. And he's like, I need, you know, somebody else. I do think they're going to take a step back this year. Quentin Johnson, like that wide receiver, like they're going to make you throw those. Teams are going to make you throw the ball. They lost Rashawn Slater for the year.
Big,
huge loss. Now they have Joe Alt, who's a beast, but they're and they do have some good players on the O line. They also have Zion Johnson playing center for the first time in his career. So there's some on offensive line. There's definitely some things that might work out, but worth watching. I think on defense, like if their defense isn't as good as it was last year, then they're gonna be tough. I think they're gonna be tough to go over to get 10 wins. I'm gonna take the under on there. But Harbaugh's an alpha, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, he's thinking about that Trey Lance thing right now. I'm joking a little bit, but if anybody's going to do it, it's him. It's literally the same thing that happened in San Francisco.
Yeah, and he treated Justin Herbert like Alex Smith on film too.
Yeah. So it's you know, I want you to go run over that damn linebacker. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, and Herbert's just not that guy. It's Oregon biologist collecting bugs, you know, like and stuff like that. So next up.
Sean Payton of the Denver Broncos, again 9.5.
The offseason darlings. Darlings.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, Payton's an alpha for sure. I mean, he's a big time alpha. Him and Drew Brees. What he's doing with the Broncos, the defense that they're playing, the way they play, what he's getting out of Bo Nix. Him and Bo Nix having an argument. You know, all those things and yelling at each other already. You know, it's probably what Nix does. I mean, Nix probably is more of that, brings that leadership, because I just don't think he's a great quarterback. But I don't think he's ever going to be great. But I think with Sean Payton and what they like to do on offense, and if they play great defense, they're built where they don't have to be explosive on offense, right? They can just run the ball, you know, be good in the red zone, do all these good things, just play boring offensive football, right? And then play great defense, because that defensive line is crazy. They got great corners. They got damn good safeties. I mean, they're loaded on defense more than they are on offense. I think offense, they're pretty weak in my opinion. Also, the offensive line. I think Cortland Sutton's, you know, he's a good receiver, but he's not a great receiver. So, you know, I think they're going to be good because of the defense and just the way they play football. And they're going to win a lot of games doing that. But I don't know how good they're going to be. I don't know if I would go over 9 or 10. But I just don't see them being a bad team. But yeah, Sean Payton is easy alpha. Super Bowl, you know. He came in there with Russell Wilson, got rid of his office really quick. You know, I do those things. Did let Russ run the ship like he was with Nathaniel Hackett. So yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. He got rid of that office real quick. He's like, no, that office is gone. You don't get your own office. I run this damn team. You know what I mean? So Sean, alpha for sure.
Yeah, I know. I do think they're the second best team in the division right now. I don't know. There's something about them that I don't like a lot of their players like individually, although, you know, they've really built something nice on that defense. I mean, Surtain, I'm scared when the Raiders play them, because I think they're going to be able to find a way to get like Surtain on Brock Bowers and have like Barron and these other guys, like these other good corners kind of move around. They're going to be able to be pretty multiple on defense and do some stuff. They're going to find a way, I think, to do that. But, you know, Bo Nix, I don't love Bo Nix, but there's no better spot for him in the NFL than Sean Payton. They bring in Evan Ingram, which is like clearly trying to do Jimmy Graham again, which that was kind of the thing they didn't have last year. I'm not so sure Evan Ingram's that guy. I think he's kind of soft, but so was Jimmy. So, you know, it was just kind of like a more basketball player type player that doesn't like it, but that's how it worked last time. So it's just like the run game's interesting to me. I still don't think they're going to be able to run the ball the way people think. I think they still those old Saints teams, they had pretty good run game with like Pierre Thomas and Darren Sproles, and it was like really, really efficient. But I think with the Broncos, I don't know that they have that like really good running back. I mean, it's like Jaleel McLaughlin, and guys like that. And we'll see. But they're gonna grind it out. They're gonna play defensive football, and they're gonna be really physical and tough. And it's always tough to play at Mile High. So it's
Gruden loves the draft pick, the running back. Yeah, big fan. Right?
Which one?
Yeah. The what's his face? Is it RJ or
Harvey?
Harvey.
Yeah,
he's good. He's a good player. I mean, he's a good player. So they got a bunch of like those type of backs. You know what I mean? Where like they if it works, it's going to be great. If it doesn't, they'll be back in the well. RJ Harvey's kind of this like overdrafted fantasy player right now, which is always whenever a rookie running back comes to draft
for a running back.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire style, like, where it's like they don't quite put up what you think they're going to do. But we'll see. I hope they're horrible. I hope they're ass, but I don't think they're going to be. I think the Chargers will take a step back and the Broncos take a step forward. That's how I think this division is.
Yeah. The other thing about the AFC West in these win totals is, are they expecting the Raiders to get swept by the division again? I don't see that happening.
Well,
but anyway,
interesting.
It's like
that's going to be interesting. 0-6 ended last year.
Yeah. We got all right, Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid 11.5.
Yeah, well, yeah. Andy Reid is the ultimate alpha. But I was laughing at that Temple thing that they did, man. When they went under the ground, I was like, what the hell is this? I mean, it just could happen with like when Reid got there. So what I'm saying, Andy Reid's the connected one. We all think it's Patrick Mahomes is Reid with his connections, man. He's making he's down there doing mystical shit. You know what I'm saying? Praying over footballs and shit.
Yeah. Hey.
Eat a cheeseburger while he's doing it.
Yeah, Rashee Rice is not going to get any suspension now.
He's just like, he's like,
dude, the Andy Reid, Guy Fieri, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is hilarious, dude. It's fun. It's exactly that's on YouTube. Check it out.
I'm sure he did.
He goes hard, dude. Yeah, he goes hard in the.
That's something. How is he still healthy?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He lost a little bit of weight. A little bit of weight. He used to be fatter, but he lost some weight.
He's Mormon. He's Mormon, and they got crumble cookie now, and he's just falling for it.
He probably gets like a delivery to his office, steaming hot crumble cookie.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fresh out of the oven, dude.
Yeah,
for real.
The Benson Boone flavor.
Yeah. Him being Mormon, man, they're basically Masons anyway. So
it's true. Very mystical and magical religion. I know it well. I know a lot. That I'm telling you, he's an alpha. They're so damn good. And what's funny about them is like we're lucky they don't draft that well on offense. Like they draft good.
Yeah, for real, man.
Like, because if they were good at drafting on offense, they'd win 15 games a year. What did they win? 13 or 14 last year? Like they are really damn good. And on defense, they're always so damn solid. Obviously Spagnuolo, of course, a guy who's never going to get it. They talked about him for interviews again. I was hoping he took the damn Saints job. I was hoping
Me too, man.
They kept him as like kind of like a fall guy, like, hey, for a year. Like that guy that coached Houston for like 1 year, David Culley or something. I was hoping they were going to just, hey, man, we need like a number 1 overall pick, dude. Like, so get us there. You're fired. We'll pay you for like 3 years, or something. I thought they were going to do that with Spagnuolo. No, of course, he's there forever. And then, they got – I think a lot of people want them to take a step back because they are just that team now that it's not fun when they win now. Like, they're kind of that team. And – Mahomes isn't really that fun anymore. Like he's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't play the fun style that he did. In fact, I've never found it fun personally, but it was fun. It was definitely more electric and exciting. But then they have like Xavier Worthy, these guys that are fast as hell, and I'm like, I think they're going to trade for like Alvin Kamara during the year or something, and it's just like, of course. So it's their division. They're the Kings. I'm sorry. It's just I hate it.
They're just so good on defense, and that's the thing. And then Mahomes doesn't turn the ball over in the fourth quarter, and then he outplays you in the fourth, and then you lose. That's how it works.
Every single time, every coin flip situation comes out their way every single time.
It's just, ball bounces their way. Yeah.
It's tough. Well, there could only be one more team left.
Only one more. The Las Vegas Raiders at 6.5 win total.
He's back.
Pete Carroll. 6.5. I mean, last year I got burned. I mean, I didn't take them on it, but I was telling everyone, I was like, man, what was it? It was 6.5, right? I was like,
Yeah, 6.5 last year.
It's like we're clearing 6.5. We did not clear 6.5 last year.
I thought it went up to 7.5 this year, but I guess not.
It went back down.
It might have been. The line might have moved back down.
Probably,
yeah.
Well,
I mean, for the over, I'm taking the over this week. I think, Geno Smith and Pete Carroll have not
literally win one division game. Win one division game, and we're over. Yeah, or maybe two. I don't know. Yeah, split with the Chiefs and Chargers. Yeah,
Geno Smith. Yeah, Geno Smith is an 8-win quarterback at least. That's why I feel like the Raiders, since they have Geno Smith, if he stays healthy, they're going to win 8 games at least. There's going to be some frustrating games. There's going to be some good games, but and I think Pete Carroll's such a good coach. He's definitely out there. It's Pete Carroll, and just the way he controls all the crazy personalities he had on that team. If you just look at how that team fell apart, look at Earl Thomas, man. Earl Thomas is running trains recklessly with the Ravens, and before he was a normal guy. You know what I mean? So when you let him out, he's those personalities. He was able to control all those guys. Marshawn Lynch, you know what I'm saying? Like all those guys, he's the alpha with that. But I also think with Geno Smith and the Raiders, Geno Smith's automatically 8 wins. And, he's 27-22 as a starter the last 3 years. It's not like that he is he's not like really a great quarterback, I would say, but he's a good quarterback that could have a great season. But I still think I'm taking it over just because I know Pete Carroll and their history, the Raiders are going to win like 8 games.
Yeah.
That might get frustrated. It's good. Yeah, it's going to frustrate some people. But yeah, I think they're going to cook really early and kind of fade off at the end. But I do think they're going to win at least 8. So,
and I think they're going to win 8 games. But I think it's completely inverted. I think they're going to start slow because I think they're so young. They're so young, like on their team. And the guys that are going to start are like really young. And I just think guys like Dante Thornton, guys that are going to play a lot. Darian Porter, these guys that are going to play, one way or another. I think by like week 6, you're going to start seeing like, okay, these guys are confident NFL player, and that's what Pete Carroll does. Is he does instill confidence in you. It's not for everybody though, and now I finally got to look at this from like a fanatics perspective, where I pay attention to every move of Pete Carroll rather than what the media shows me of Pete Carroll, who's just, hey, what's up, bud? Hey, just doing that, like slap you on the back, rah, pepper. He does psychological torture people.
I know, yeah, right? I know.
Crazy. Like, and the thing with Jackson Powers Johnson, who for anybody who doesn't know, he's a very good interior offensive lineman who many people projected to be a center in the league, but he's going to play guard for the Raiders this year. And they gave an undrafted free agent who played very well last year at guard the center job, Jordan Meredith. Now, the way you feel this goes is like Pete is like, he believes in you, but he believes in you so much that he constantly makes you prove it to him. Like, where he'll be like, I believe it. Jackson Powers Johnson, Remington Award winner. I love you. Yeah, dude, Oregon, you're the man. Anyways, you're so good. We're going to bring in this guy and you're going to beat him because you're that good. You're like, oh, yeah, like the starting center. Right. And then he's like, oh, we plan on that being the case because you're going to win the competition. And it's just like this kind of like NFL players aren't really used to that a lot.
Yeah.
So the veterans on the team, and we're seeing it with Jacoby Myers, he's going to ask for a trade. We don't know what's going to happen there. All these veterans that he didn't get a lot of times, I don't think they're going to like this that much. I think they're going to be the, for better or for worse, they're going to probably go elsewhere after this season or during the season because they're going to say, nah, dude, I'm not competing for shit. I'm starting this and that. And he's like, oh, you're going to have to compete with this Baylor fucking linebacker that we took in the 7th round or whatever. Like we're going to have to do that. And young guys love that shit, I think.
Yeah.
Because they don't know any different. And I think it's it's weird. People keep talking about this window with Pete Carroll. He doesn't look like he's retiring in 3 years to me. By the way.
He doesn't.
He's been coaching for 10 years. So to me, what he's doing to the media, people keep saying, well, he thinks it's a 10-win team. And I think he is arrogant enough to think he can win 10 wins with
100%.
Sam Houston State's roster. Like he does think he can do that. That being said, their actions as a team don't strike me as a 10-win team, meaning they kept a lot of money. They didn't spend a lot of money. They're kind of hoarding some stuff. They traded back a lot in the draft. Other than getting Geno Smith, there wasn't like massive moves made. So I think that Pete's like, no, this is my final chapter, but the chapter is like Brothers Karamazov. It's long as hell. Like we're building this up. Like we're building up, and he's speaking in that positivity to try to get what he can at that time. You guys are a 10-win team. I coach 10-win teams. If you made my team, I think you're a 10-win player or whatever. Like that's what he's doing right now outwardly. I think it's alpha as hell. It's like the way to be a player's coach without being a bitch, And I love it. I think it's going to get stability. I just think the first year is going to – he made 276 transactions his first year with the Seattle Seahawks. It's insane. So it set a record. It's never been touched. He won't even do it this year, but there's going to be a lot of change with the Raiders this year. It might not result in them, they might still be 4th place in this division, but I definitely think there's going to be like a steady hand there at the Raiders. It's going to be really good. And his son's the O-line coach. If their O-line coach is good, that's probably the heir apparent to coaching the team. I hate to break it down. It's probably Brendan Carroll. If he's good, he will be probably the next coach of the Raiders. We're gonna be under the Carroll dynasty for a while. So hopefully it is a dynasty, and I'm excited about it. I predicted 8 wins when they hired him. Just looking at the roster post draft, a lot of fans got really excited. Now they're low on the Raiders because
because Raiders fans take preseason too serious.
But now to me, I was like, I'm still at 8 wins. I'm like, the Wilkins. One thing I loved about it, the last thing I'll say about it is the Wilkins situation will prove how alpha it is. People are like, oh, not this again. If it was this again, man, you would have heard players go, I don't know, man. Christian Wilkins was in the right, man. Like, I don't know about this shit. Like, eye emojis on Twitter and stuff. How they did Christian, like you'd be seeing nobody said a damn thing.
Yeah, because I remember when Khalil Mack got traded, Derek Carr even tweeted out like, wow.
And all that stuff, like Josh Jacobs not getting re-signed, like it was a lot. It seems like he's got them to buy in. So that's all it is. And right now, there's going to be a lot of moves where you'd be like, wait, why are you getting rid of that guy? Why are you getting rid of that guy? It's like, no, because you do have to eventually, like, you have to submit to Pete Carroll. It's his team. He's very much involved in the draft. He's the whole philosophy. He hands the offense over to Chip Kelly, but it's still his philosophy in terms of how physical you play, how what you do. And I think good times are ahead for the first time in a long time. And I'm glad they didn't mortgage a bunch of draft picks to move up for stuff. I think them and Spytek, I think they're going to be good for a while. We'll see about this year because I just don't think they're going to stop anybody this year. I think he's going to learn a lesson that maybe you can't just have any 6'3" long Like I think you're going to realize that in your linebacker you can't just resurrect former top 10 picks at linebacker from 10 years ago or whatever. Like it doesn't always work. He's going to learn that lesson, maybe, or he might actually get the right guys next time of those same molds. You never know. So I think they're going to be a fun team. They're going to score a shit ton of points. They have Ashton Genty, which we haven't even talked about. Genty's crazy. They're going to pound the hell out of people. People are like, Genty's going to break people's collarbones. Hopefully not his own. But he's going to break people's collarbones. They're going to hit people. It's going to be wild, and I think it's going to gel together nice towards the end of the year. And
we're going to win a lot of fourth quarters with pounding the ball, establishing the run, and just that sneaky offensive weapon, passing weapons, sneaky. Chip Kelly. No one's talking about Chip Kelly.
No one knows. No one knows.
He didn't show, like Glenn said, he didn't show shit in preseason as you're supposed to.
Do a press conference. That's the craziest thing about Chip Kelly. Every time during media availability. Last year, Luke Getsy did like 5 of them.
He did.
He's like, oh, yeah, it's Luke Getsy. Chip Kelly did 1 at the beginning of camp, and you didn't hear from him the rest of the time. This dude's Batman, dude. He just hides in the corner. So we'll see, man. I think it's going to be a fun year. I think Pete Carroll looks great. He's wrestling people. It will be funny. You guess how you know the Raiders turned on Pete Carroll is when someone doesn't let him win wrestling. Yeah, that's how you know if Pete Carroll doesn't work. If someone pins his ass to the ground, like fuck you.
Yeah,
that's how you'll know. That's how you know. But for now, they just roll over and go, "Oh, Pete." So that's it, guys. Another installment. Yeah, we're right about everything. Bet accordingly. Raiders are going over their win total. I think they're going to be an 8-win team, especially if it's at 6.5 now. I don't think much has actually changed. I think it's just kind of fans freaking out. They are the Vegas team, so fans actually might sway the total a little bit. Because they'll bet on the home team a little bit or against the home team. So, well, guys, like I said, check me out most Fridays on Tape Don't Lie, Friday Night Live. We talk Raiders on there. And if you don't watch football, become a Raiders fan. It's great. Nothing bad happens.
Exactly.
All right, guys, on that note, we're going to say we'll catch you guys next time.